Selma. And we got Heavenly Star. Give me a second, guys. Hey, Tandra. Tandra says, hi, Yogi. Nice to see you. So, Tandra, sorry, Tandra, what's new? It feels like it's been a bit since I've had a chance to really say hi to you and catch up, see what's new with you. How are you, Heavenly Star? Stuart says, so Jason, my brother. Stuart, how are you? I'm going to, here's the plan, to do an hour live stream and then go to bed early. I've only been sleeping about 4 hours a night for the past few weeks. Someone says, let's go stream. We can in a little bit. Let's give it some time to see who shows up. I'm thinking keeping everything for everyone who comes by to co-stream, if anyone wants to, just for 2-3 minutes. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Play it all by ear. As I mentioned before, if anyone has, by now, you guys know. Hey, Riley, how are you, my friend? Stuart says, I'm okay, thanks. Heavenly Star says, hi to Stewie. Heavenly Star says, cheer you out, Yogi Bear. Thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. It's Stuart the Fish Whisperer without a hat. Guys, you're in for a rare treat. It is not often that you see Stuart without a hat. I think this might be the only second time, maybe the third time.
I can put the wig on if you want me to.
Nah, that's okay. You can do a comb over if you want. Maybe get some bangs.
What, like that?
Perfect. You just basically, it's what I looked like during the 1980s. Hey, Laradox. Laradox says, hey.
Hey, Laradox.
Ding, ding, ding.
So how's you?
I'm good. Give me 1 second. We are ringing the bell for our friend Heavenly Star. This is for healing. This is for love, my friend. Let's see. Laradox says, first time to a meetup. I started doing it yesterday. It's been a lot of fun. Get to hang out with Retrobates and, and good friends. Hey, Kayla. Kayla says, hi, Yogi.
Yeah. Tandra, chat, hello.
Yep, we got Riley saying, howdy, partner. After being confident, move forward.
Hey, be confident. Been a while since I saw you in chat.
Let's see. Who else we got here?
So you're having an early night, are you?
That's the plan, but we'll see. I've meant to have an early night for a while now. Carl says, good evening, everyone. Carl, my friend. Hey, is everyone here subscribed to Carl?
Yeah.
Good. Carl is...
Well, I am anyway. Don't know about the rest of the people. Hey,
right.
Star.
I really enjoy Carl's live streams.
I'm going to say this, right? I've got 10 people here in chat, right? 3 Thumbinos.
It's true. And now we're down to 5.
Yeah.
5 people decided they'd rather leave than hit the like button.
I've got 5 people here with 3 Thumbinos. Who hasn't hit that like button? There's 4. Come on, someone smash it.
I thought it was funny that 5 people decided I'd rather leave than hit the like button. Hey, Michael.
It
Michael
doesn't
says,
cost
hey, young.
anything. Doesn't cost anything to hit that like button.
It does not. Emily says, thank you, Yogi Bear. Welcome, my friend. I bet you're looking forward to coming home on Saturday, Heavenly. Boy says, I'll get
Yeah,
StreamYard so I can join. Well, here's the thing. You have StreamYard, right, Stuart? I don't have any desire to get StreamYard.
right. But wait a minute here. I don't actually have StreamYard, right?
Right.
I don't have it. I don't have the app, but what I do is I run it through Google Chrome. You go through your computer or your phone on the internet, and then you can get it that way.
I didn't know.
So
Muhammad.
what you do is you can Google search on your phone because you can do it through your phone, and plus you can do it through your laptop, your computer.
Right. That might be
StreamYard,
too.
you get 20 hours free a month.
Might be too complicated for me. I think
It's
StreamYard in
not.
and of itself.
StreamYard is extremely easy. The more that you get to use it, it is extremely easy. If you get someone to show you through it, it is really easy.
Right.
And
I'm
I'm
pretty.
talking. I mean, even if you're like not tech savvy, trust me,
I'm not.
you'd pick this up you'd pick this up in a heartbeat, Yogi. What I'm going to do with you tomorrow is I'll take you through StreamYard.
Okay.
Right? I'll video call you tomorrow, and I will take you step by step. Restream's just the same as StreamYard, Carl. It really is. Both of them are exactly the same. You just got two different names.
Right. This is the second time I've heard Restream. Restream is a lot easier. This is how technically deficient I am. If the toaster didn't pop up by itself, I'd be completely lost. I'm good with the pushing down. If it didn't come up automatically, I would never have
The
toast.
thing with you, Yogi, is the fact that you're still running a sort of semi what's the word, dial up. You're still in the semi dial up era.
It's just because I have an AOL doesn't mean my internet service is AOL. Doesn't mean that it isn't. See, Runnerboy's gonna get StreamYard. This is
StreamYard
on
is a lot.
this is on YouTube, Runnerboy, but I can only do one person at a time, which is probably good.
The only thing I find with StreamYard is if you've got like if you get the free version, you only get the clicks. But it's when people start talking over one another. There's no stop. There's no break.
Right.
So somebody else can talk. It's like we all talk over each other. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? And then when that person's like, "I've forgotten," so it's pointless.
Right.
Stream is handy for like what Bob does, so I can reach out to him. Because if you're busy, then you can basically let somebody on the panel read chat for you.
Right.
If you're
Makes
reading
sense.
chat yourself, and if I'm sitting here tying flags, you can just say, "Oh, you've got given a question, Stuart. Here's the question." You could then read that to me.
Right. Runnerboy says, "How you doing the double stream without StreamYard?" If you go when you're doing your live stream, and it says share live stream, you click on that, and then you copy the link, and then you paste the link in your description, and then people can click on it. So you can do that now, Runnerboy. Carl says Restream is unlimited. Hey, Mohammed, my friend, how are you? Let's see. Carl says StreamYard is finished.
There's so many services out there. I mean, if
Right.
you're trying to find something that's like, I mean, StreamYard's easy for me because I know what I'm doing. Restream, it doesn't fit my phone. I've got to then scroll up and down on my phone to try and sort. If I was to do a stream from that, it's complicated.
Right. Tandra says if she can do it, I can do it. But I
Mhm.
have more faith in Tandra than I have in myself. That's for sure.
It's easy.
Tandra says old school. It's amazing to me that there's old school internet. You know what I mean? Internet is, to me, I don't know why, it still seems new. So, old school.
The
Yeah, we
internet's
talked.
been around. To be honest, the internet's been around since the 1980s.
Right.
So if you got the 1980s, you've got dial-up. That's still classified as internet.
I never had dial
It's
up before.
all
I didn't
you
get.
know
I
how
didn't
dial-up.
get. Nope. I didn't get internet until 2000 or somewhere right. Maybe 99, 98. Somewhere
Well,
around
that
there.
would have been through. Man, you got so many.
Hey, Caitlin.
There's dial-up. There was. That's probably going back to about mid 90s, approximately.
Right.
Then
The first.
you've got this. Then you've got this new Wi-Fi that basically is like new because it's run from your phone, and it's a newer style. But then you get the fiber optic stuff, which is basically brand new.
Right. It's just going to keep expanding. I would imagine, getting more and more.
There's no stopping it now. Like,
Right. Front of boy says before I was born. Yeah, before you were born. Hey, Austin. Austin is back.
hey, Austin, Riley,
Heavenly says
chat.
if I don't respond, she's getting her IV out. Well, I hope that goes easy for you.
Austin, I didn't even know until I went on the channel yesterday that you have done videos and shorts. I'm still trying to ponder this whole conversation. I really am.
I don't
5
even try to.
weeks for a movie, 5 weeks for a movie to come out. What conversation did we ever have about movies?
That's a good question. I don't know, but
I'm going to
obviously we did.
well,
Austin
Austin
doesn't
knows
make
what
this
type.
stuff up.
He's bound to.
I think Austin is definitely some sort of YouTube genius. He's like the Vincent Van Gogh, the Michelangelo. He's turning you into a star, Stuart.
Yep. I'm just hoping it's all good.
Yeah, I think so.
I had somebody do this to me before who had 507,000 hook sets to the notification bell. He was a guy in Iraq. He videoed me and got my reaction, and I was like, "Wow!" I was like shell shocked that this guy came into my chat with 507,000 hook sets,
Well, yeah, I bet.
and
Interesting.
I mean I was taken well aback, and I said to, he's like, "I've done a video for you." And it was my expression of basically me being shot like 507,000. I was like, "Oh," and I kind of was like, okay, so when someone like said what Austin's doing, it's like, is this going to be a good thing or a bad thing? Because of me being in that position before.
Right. Um, I think it's going to be a
I'm
good thing.
fine, Austin. I'm good, man. Honestly, Austin, I'm fine. I mean, I will be honest, I am tired. I didn't get up until like really early. I've had 2 naps already. This well, one during this morning, and I had another one. No, I've only had 2. Sorry, I've only had 2. Hey, Daisy, me. I've I've only had 2 nights, but I am goosed.
Well,
Burpee Reaper, you got his name wrong. This is Jace that's here. That's Jace.
hey Reaper,
Hey, Skeeter.
Skeeter's here.
Hey,
Skeeter, hope you're
Daisy.
feeling better, my friend. Northern Star
Hello,
City's here. Hi Yogi. Hi Stuart.
Michael. I can read chat. I can see chat mail off. I'm just going.
Right.
I can actually see comments coming through. It's funny. Yeah, pink hands waving. Salma.
So how you doing, Reaper? Riley says your dog is cute.
Yeah, he's got two. He's got 2 dogs. Jason's got a cat. Yeah, Yogi's got a cat. Yogi's
I
got
got
one cat called. No. You've got 2 dogs. You've got 2 dogs. Yogi's got a dog. Got a cat called Xena. That thing's more like a cat than a dog.
Are you guys confused yet? It gets more confusing. So stick
It
with us.
doesn't get more confusing. It basically, when you look at Yogi, it's looking at Jace. When you look at Jace, you're looking at Yogi. Same thing.
I think we pretty much, Jason and I have come to conclude that we are probably
It's
the same people in an alternate dimension. Each of us existing in an alternate dimension. We're like in the Marvel universe. Reaper says
See,
he
the
passed
thing
his
is,
drug test.
I don't know what
What's that?
dimension I live in. I don't know what dimension I live in.
I think you have one.
I'm still
I think you have one of your
finding
own. Completely of your own.
I'm like state. I don't know if you've ever heard of a band called Status Quo. Have you?
No.
No. They're a British. They were a British band until Rick Parfitt, one of the lead guitarists of the band, passed away. They brought out an album called "Slow Searching for the Fourth Chord."
No, I haven't heard that. What kind of music is it?
It's I would say glam rock type of stuff. I
Right.
would say. I mean, the best album I think they ever brought out was 12 Gold Bars. I mean, you must have heard the song "Whatever You Want."
I don't know. Maybe.
No, whatever you want, do whatever you like, do whatever you say. You pay your money, you take your choice. That one, you ever heard of it?
Doesn't ring a bell. I'll look it up. And
Honestly, man, you're missing out, Yogi. Status Quo are like cemented in rock history across here. And I think Squirrel's probably ever. I think Squirrel's heard of them. Definitely. I mean, he's in England.
right. Yeah, he probably has. And he was in the entertainment industry for a long time.
Yeah, he's heard of Status Quo.
Yeah.
You've
Let's
got Rick
see.
Parfitt, he passed away. You had Francis Rossi. There was, oh man, they went through so many drummers as well. I think they went through 3 drummers, 2 bass guitarists. My goodness sake, what is this? Well, hello, my brother. My actual brother has just came in the chat. Oh my.
Oh, the Incredible Bulk.
Bulk.
Hello,
Bulk.
guys. Hello, my friend.
Oh,
We have Jada Boss. 49er says, keep singing. He wants to hear you keep singing. This is definitely a double Bubs I'd like to hang out with.
rocking all over. Yeah, exactly. Rocking all over the world.
Sniper's
Exactly.
here. Hey, Sniper.
Oh, Yogi, you must have heard of that song before, Rocking All Over the World. You had to have. That's the most famous song.
Doesn't ring a bell. And I'm pretty up on music. Rocking all over the world, you might know.
Just a night watcher doing burpees in his bedroom.
Yeah, that is our friend Night Watcher. Says hello, how are you, Night Watcher?
I thought it was Nightmare for a minute.
No, we've gotten them confused before. Once you experience hanging out with Night Watcher, you will not confuse him with anyone ever again. Hey, relaxing. Reaper says, Buddha, we got Buddha here. I didn't see her come in. Hey, Buddha.
Um, right. So I'm trying to work this out. You've never heard of Rock and Roll Over the World?
I might have. Just the title's not ringing a bell. So I'll YouTube the song later. Jada Boss says,
See-
tell the big fella. Listen to that story. Tell the big fella to look at the camera when he raps. I'm almost finished.
Who's that? Austin.
Jada Boss.
I'm trying to work it out. What else? They did they did a DVD with all their songs, and it was called XS, as in basically XS All Areas, which was they had all their hits on there, and you could actually play the CD or you could play the DVD. It was a combination of both. What an album that was that they brought out with that. That was amazing. You ever get a chance to listen to a song, Yogi, right?
Mhm.
From school was Living on an Island.
I'll write that down.
That song, if you're if you ever in a frame of mind of being like upset, like in an upset way that you want to cry, that song can take you to tears. It's done me a couple of times, depending on my state of mind.
Right.
I mean, my state of mind is pretty solid, but cracks can happen. I
I'll look
mean,
for that.
you take my music for whatever it's worth. I love heavy metal. I mean, I'm like an egg. So if you take an egg, it's hard on the outside. You crack that egg open. The one thing that possesses me is the deep southern blues slide guitar stuff.
Hmm.
I love that.
I'm selective in my heavy metal. More old school, more Black Sabbath, more Deep
See, the
Purple.
thing with Black Sabbath, this is like the whole history here. I mean, if you want to me, people that who started off the heavy metal scene, I tell you who started it all off. It was the Kinks, hands down. The Kinks were the ones that started it.
I always think the Kinks started punk rock. I always thought in my own thought.
If you
MC
listen to the song, "You Really Got Me," right? That that to
Right.
me was the start of like, here we go. This is like rock.
Paul McCartney claims he invented heavy metal with Helter Skelter. Just saying. The same guy.
I mean, Status Quo did the same thing because they came on in 1963, the same time that the Beatles came out. Really,
Right. Now
so
the Kinks, You Really Got Me, that was before Helter Skelter. That was at least 2 or 3 years before Helter Skelter. So they can have a rightly claim to that
I
title.
mean, the Kinks to me were the first band to come up with like the heavy metal sounding. I think Status Quo kind of took it someplace different, and then they were like more of a rock, and then Led Zeppelin came around in the 70s, which
You can s-
really opened a whole lot of things, and then
right.
from Led Zeppelin came Rush. Then
Heavenly
Rush did bits and pieces, and then Black Sabbath came into it in the 80s. And then through the later part of the 80s, you've got what's that band? Oh, they did Run to the Hills. Can I Play with Madness? Come on, what's it called? Iron Maiden.
Right.
that's
Okay.
when that's the whole creation from like start to finish. And then what you've got like across the pond, man, 1991, the year I was born, Metallica brought out the Black Album. That changed the whole face of heavy metal altogether, in my
Yeah.
eyes.
I agree. Metallica was definitely a game changer.
I mean, when they decided to go from being a thrash band to a metal, well, to a heavy metal band, it was like that's a transition to go from one extreme to another. But when they brought out the Black Album, it was like they've hit gold. And then
Right.
of course James Hetfield being James Hetfield didn't really want to speak. Lars, the drummer, didn't really want to speak. So you've got this whole band that is like at loggerhead, nobody can do nothing. And that's when the album, not even the album, but St. Anger, I think was the album, but some kind of monster. When you watch that whole documentary of Metallica Born in 2003,
Let me ask.
the whole band was on the brink of basically falling apart.
Right. Let me ask Heavenly Star what's going on. She said she's gonna bite her tongue, Yogi Bear. What's going on? Um, Heavenly Star. Oh, Heavenly Star said. Riley said no cussing to me, just because he said F. Um,
Oh,
let's see. I thought he was talking to uh someone else, but I don't cuss. Saw but um, you
I've
know,
stopped cussing on YouTube. I mean, I cuss behind the scenes. I mean, you know
right.
that. You if I'm talking to you behind the scenes, it's F bombs galore. But if I'm on camera, I don't swear.
In the
I mean, I
chat, if someone says
even
something in
in
the
chat, this
right,
is the problem, right? The way I would look at it, if someone's going to swear in chat, depending on the context, this is where things can be manipulated into things to try and say. You could have a reaction to something to have the word to merit it,
right,
but there's other words out there that can describe that bad word. You know what I mean? I know
right,
things aren't malicious or malice. It was never done in a malicious way or form, but
right.
there's contexts.
Here's my thought in the chat. Um, keep to your own peace of mind. If you are someone who doesn't cuss, don't cuss. But if someone else does, it's not for me to. I don't set. My only rule is be as kind as possible, be as patient as possible, and work and cooperate with each other. So if uh, Heavenly Star drops the F bomb, Heavenly Star drops the F bomb. I'd rather have Heavenly in here feeling comfortable expressing herself than not have her in here expressing herself.
I
So
mean, like, I speak to you behind the scenes, Yogi, right? And I've had like conversations that I love to just see in your chat and just come out with it and just say, you know what, this is who I am,
right,
and take me at face value all you want, but I mean, this is who I am. I would F bomb your chat given half a chance, and you just say, Stu, man, this is no place for this. I'm like, well, you ask me how I feel.
right,
You're gonna basically get the gloves off reaction of how I actually do feel, because it's an emotion of what's going on.
right.
I mean,
But
there's so many ways and means to say other things than dropping F bombs and bad language. I mean, you could say for fudge. Instead, I'll be honest, for fudge's sake. I mean, fudge. The word fudge alone merits a
Right.
place where it takes over from the F bomb. You can just say, oh, for fudge. Fudge is one of the easiest words to even come up with.
True. Our friend Nightmare is here, a fellow Scotsman. Nightmare, how are you?
Hey, Nightmare. Here we go. Yep, here we
Hey,
go.
Heavenly Star, are you here? Heavenly Star, I got you back. You just relax who you are and know that you are welcome here. And don't worry about anything. You know, we all here got you back. Now, Riley is entitled to say, hey, would you mind? I don't particularly like it, or it bothers me, or whatever. And Heavenly Star is really, she's a wonderful person. I'd be willing to bet that she would say, sure, Riley, no problem. So it's just a matter of,
I mean, you can say it and just say, I'm sorry. I mean, the simple 5-letter word is just say,
right.
oh, I'm sorry. But it was just the way that it fitted the conversation of what I was trying to explain in a comment.
But the bottom line is, Heavenly Star, we got you back. You're be free and be comfortable. Poor man says, well, here we go. Hey, poor man.
Here we go. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is, right, as a fellow content creator, as myself, right, I've had people come into my chat F-bombing a lot, and I'm just like, you do realize that at some point in your life, or in your lifetime, kids are going to come in.
Right.
Because especially doing the vertical streams, kids on mobile phones scroll through the shorts because their mind span only lasts like a goldfish.
Right.
Right? I know I'm picking on the younger generation here, right? Because the thing is, this is where they really need to start listening.
You guys are all the younger generation to me.
No. This is where wait a minute here, you wait a minute. Listen.
Eric Lapointe told me I'm the same age as his mother. Eric Lapointe is here, by the way. And he just said Black Sabbath has been around since Yogi was 3, which is true. 1968 they were formed.
Well, the Kinks were bought. Well, when were the Kinks formed?
I think in
They were in
63.
Status Quo was 1963 too. So I mean, Status Quo and the Kinks were the two bands that I realised growing up. I mean, okay, the Kinks did other things that were probably a bit controversial when they came up with a song called Lola. But by jingle, listen, Yogi, right? I'll put my hands up here just now and I'll say they got it spot on. They saw what was coming. They saw what was coming.
Right. Eric Lapointe says I can make Yogi swear. And he's got a grin on his face.
Yeah, I've had F-bombs behind the scenes from Yogi himself.
This is true. Stuart has heard me drop the F-bomb in like a string, but I did it now. Yes and no. I did it for a good cause.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
You did.
I didn't do it. Go ahead.
You did. There was nothing malicious in it. Whoever watches this, it was nothing malicious. It was done in the context of basically, this is who I am. To basically give me a chance to. It was to basically try and grow another backbone of what I'm going through on YouTube.
Yes, it was like a I'm not sure how to describe it, but it wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't cussing per se. I wasn't dropping it per se. I was using it for emphasis.
It was in a context that this is who I am.
I want to know what Eric Lapointe's got for me to make me swear. Lola says Yogi swears. On a general basis, I don't. Not for any particular reason. It's just,
If
I'm
you
not
were
offended
ever,
by it.
I think if you were to ever get to the point of being, I'm going to say this because it's the only way I can say it, of being pissed off, right? If you were ever going to get to the stage where you're pissed off, then I think you could have all the books of the world to sit beside you, Yogi. But if you open a book, then you're thinking, "No, I'm gonna read." But I'm thinking that you're like a John Wick of if anybody's seen the film John Wick,
Good movie.
I think Yogi getting to that stage of being poked and prodded that much. I think he would just be a
Mocha
John Wick type.
Mocha says that she has saw me angry once in almost 23 years, which is
Really,
probably more than that, but she recalls it that it was like uh, scary, not because it was directed at her, and it wasn't, but because she had never seen me um, that way
I've
before.
been angry in streams, Yogi, and it ain't nice. I've had full on rages on my own live streams. I've deleted them all because I don't want people thinking I'm just this guy that sits and rages all the time. I'm not. I'm a pretty
Right.
placid guy, but I will speak up for people who get hurt on YouTube. That's a fact. I mean,
I've
I've got
seen you
everybody's
upset.
back on YouTube. It's up to the individual themselves to break
Right.
that.
Eric Point says, oh, there you go. I know what Eric LaPointe's got up his sleeve. He's talking about his shit-eating grin. I should have. That's a well played card, Eric LaPointe. Eric LaPointe and his shit-eating grin. This is true. So, what's going on in the chat here? Everyone getting along and calm down?
No, listen, poor man's Jim. It's just because you're Scottish, it's nothing to do with that. I think it's been the way that people have been brought up here in different parts of Scotland. It depends on how you're living. If your upbringing was all right. If you've had a bad upbringing, of course you're just gonna basically go straight to the place where F bombs and everything else is
To
acceptable
me,
because across here our culture is basically based on swearing.
to me,
It is.
the Scottish people, when they're happy, they sound angry. When they're angry, they sound angry. They sound angry. When they're hungry, they sound angry. When they're drunk, they sound angry.
I'm a happy drunk.
Listen to what's the song? I can't remember the name of the brothers. I would walk 500 miles.
Or the Proclaimers.
Yeah, that's actually a beautiful love song, but they're angry. They don't want to be walking 500 miles. What the heck, man? Walking 500 miles.
I
They-
think the best song that the Proclaimers ever came up with was Sun. Now, if you want a love song, I think was Sunshine on Leith.
I only know that one song by the Proclaimers.
Give Sunshine on Leith a listen to.
Michael says someone needs to introduce Yogi to the word hangry.
Well, there is hungry. That's hungry and angry put together. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm sure I've got a better beard than Eric. Yeah,
Eric
I've
LaPointe.
definitely got a better beard.
I don't know. I think Nightmare definitely begs to differ. It's a pretty good beard. You both got
Where's my
pretty good
beard?
beards. I'll
I
tell you
tell
who's
you
got
what,
it. Jason's got a good
shaved
beard.
off his face. He shaved off his facial hair. He's like, ta-da, with the camera. I was like, what? Where is it? He went, oh, I took it all off. I was like, I suppose you guys are coming at the summertime across in Australia. I mean, here I would rather have hair on my face where I can keep kind of warm. Scottish people do need beards, like
I might grow
without a
mine out
beard
for the
here,
winter.
freezing
We'll
cold
see.
without a beard.
Selma, why are you crying? Reaper says you want to see Eric upset. Go check him yell out Raiders. This is chill. There is a video of me. Mocha couldn't believe. She's like, you didn't raise your voice. She thinks I'm physically incapable of raising my voice, but I did it just for the Burpee Reaper. I yelled out Raiders. Literally strained every muscle in my upper body, raising my voice. I might have pulled a lung muscle. It took me a month to recover, but it was worth it for Burpee Reaper.
I mean, like I said, I've done lives where I've basically screamed at the top of my lungs in anger, and it's not a very nice sight to see.
Bella says, "Don't get
I
Eric upset."
I deleted all their lives anyway, so I mean they're not coming back. They're definitely not coming back. I'm a total different place than when I was back then. I think ever since I've been monetized, it was like I'm going to just take it easy now.
Right.
I've done all my hard. I mean, if I do drop an F bomb now and again, I don't really mean it. Like if I get upset with things, I'm going to sit there and swear. But I mean, the thing is, if I lose a fish, then you know that you're going to hear something.
I might use it. I might use it in a constructive manner if the occasion, was fitting.
Family. Everybody knows Billy Connolly, right? Especially like people who. This is the thing, right? He said it so well that the word F, the F word, the four-letter F word. He says every language in the world understands it. People in Saudi Arabia understand the word, the F word. You can go to an airport and you can see people going to your bag. You can tell them, "Oh, that's mine," and they will leave you alone. It's the only word of a context that people understand from a different country.
That makes sense.
Now, I seen a short or I think it was a short or a video I seen on YouTube. And there was different ways of the word being used, and it is so funny, but it's true. I need to send you the link, Eric. I'll send
Okay. It can
you
be
the link, and then you can take it. You can watch it.
right. I can see how it can be
Yogi
used in
Wick.
different contexts. Eric Point says Yogi Wick of anger. Watch him not get in crazy situations. Watch him not get in crazy situations. Just so
I'm gonna if Yogi was to be a John Wick, right? If it was Eric Wick, I could just see. Now, excuse me, do not shoot me. I've got the what's that book that you go by first thing in the morning?
Course in Miracles.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
Course of Miracles here. Please breathe, breathe through. You're gonna go and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your.
Now, fortunately, A Course in Miracles weighs about. It's a big book. It weighs about 6.5 pounds. So, worst comes to worst, I got a perfect weapon in my hand. I could bludgeon someone with A Course in Miracles.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the first time that ever happened, but
I've always said it to people who this is happening. If anybody annoys you, but always remember this. Just say to them, "Do you know the quickest way to how you can lose 7 pounds?" Well, what do you mean? What's the quickest way to lose 7 pounds? It says, well, You'll have no head left on top of your body. Apparently, your whole head weighs 7 pounds.
I did not know that. Kayla Boo was lurking. Kayla,
Mhm.
I saw that message from Eric Lapointe. Eric Lapointe said I would walk five. I would walk. Was it 500 miles for a high five?
Mhm.
I walked. I ran 100 miles to get a high five from Milka up a mountain in the rain, in the snow. Put my hand up
I
in the air.
just shaved it. Damn it, Stu. Stu wins. Yes. Ah. Oh no! Look who we've got here. I see the emoji doing
I
this.
see that.
I see that. Hello, Bob.
Stuart just shaved his beard, so he says you win.
I know Eric just shaved his beard, so I win. There you go. I finally won at something on YouTube. Woohoo! And it ain't
What
anything as with giveaways either.
did you shave the whole thing? I can't imagine you're at the point without a hat or a beard. I've seen him without his hat once.
He's late due to mum call. Oh, okay. Yogi, no worries. Jace would walk 100 miles for a high five. He won't get no. No, that's a song. He won't get no. That's a song.
I did not get my
Why,
high five.
Bob? Why?
What's going on, Bob? Fella says the point sounds like a country song.
Depends on what kind of country you're from. If it's in Pennsylvania, then that could describe a lot of things.
I'm not sure we want to go down that road.
Banjos.
That was basically growing up in Pennsylvania was the saying that we had Pittsburgh to the west, Philadelphia to the east, Kentucky in the middle.
Yep. I mean, it was actually Bob, but this was the whole inside joke with me and Bob. And I mean, this must have been like 6, 7, maybe even 9 months ago. I was sitting in his chat and I was like, "What music you into?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania." I went, "So you're in Pennsylvania then?" And he basically nearly died laughing. And I was like, "I hear the banjos in the distance." And he was fishing the creek, and I hear the banjos. I'm just waiting for the canoe to go past, and he's just like, "Get out of here!" I'm sorry.
Where my dad was born in Pennsylvania, and I lived for a bit, one stoplight in the whole county. My dad says that when we moved, he literally saw them change the sign of the county seat from population 191 to population 194. The only reason he said we moved was so his kids could date someone who wasn't related to him. And it's still the same. Hasn't changed a bit. But that's what I love about it also.
I mean, having said that, I mean, if you're gonna go on about good music, I tell you that song alone is awesome. Dueling Banjos.
Oh, uh-huh.
That is a fucking piece of music.
I had that on 45 when I was a kid. Do you remember 45s?
I remember LPs.
Yep.
See, Yogi, let me explain something to you, right? I'm going to say something for your chat because I'm not, like I say, I'm like an open book type of thing, right? I might be 33 years old. I'm 34 in January, right? My birthday's in January. I can see both sides of the coin. And what I mean is, I've seen before things became more electronic. Go to super, excuse me, go to supermarket. there's an old school till that you have to basically punch numbers into. There's no touchscreens, right? You have to mathematically bring up things yourself, right? And then you got this new way of like touchscreens and everything being computerized. I can see both sides of that coin. I'm in the middle. And the best thing with that is I can see where the older generation, this is where I've been hanging around. I hang around with people older than me because one, you start thinking like them because they've been there, done that, and got a t-shirt. So for me, it would be a case of, well, I see what you guys have been through. Now you can see what I'm going through. This new technology keeps coming in.
Right.
So it gives a clear indication where you know what old money's like, you know what new money's like, or what you got the current your normal currency, what you got now. I mean, we've been through 3 or 4 different currencies. We have. We
Right.
used to have we had the shilling, we had sixpences, we used to have like that kind of money, that farthings. This is like going in the olden days. I mean, well before you were thought of moving. And then it became the old style pound. You got the old style pound, and then you've got the new currency that's come out. Even though it's still a pound, the thing is, what I'm getting at, my uncle bought a chainsaw. Still, he got it for I think £249 old money. And I asked him, I says, "Well, how much will that chainsaw be in this day and age?" He said, "Over £1,000."
Wow.
And he got it for the money back then, before all the inflation and whatever else. So there's 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 that aspect of it. I mean,
So we have.
it's like
Go ahead.
it's like you guys across the pond. Your currency doesn't. I know it won't work here because it's a total different country for one. But the inflation thing, when you've got like the exchange rate, well, you know, the currency exchange, or you can use a currency converter. You can see how much our money is to you,
Right.
and it's crazy. It is ridiculously crazy.
So, Stuart, we have the Master Sergeant retired Mocha in here.
Uh-huh.
If you can, uh, you guys can ask her how often she has seen me mad.
Go on then, Loki. How often have you seen Yogi completely lose it?
All right, there's a good question. Mocha, how often have you ever seen me completely lose it?
I mean, to the point of no return.
Right. Let's see what Mocha has to say about that. If she's still in the building, you still here, Mocha?
She not long commented actually.
What's that?
She said her last comment was "Hey, Heavenly Star," so I'm thinking she should still be here. Give her time to type.
She's a pretty good. She's a pretty quick typist.
Beyond red mist.
Right.
Beyond red mist.
Jace says, Mocha 2025, the year of the high five. I am ever hopeful, Jace. I'm ever hopeful. We'll see. If need be, I will instant message her. Mocha says only once. One burst of rage and a controlled anger.
A controlled anger?
Yep. It's because she was sitting in my favorite seat. It's because she ate my last banana. It's because she taped a football game over my favorite soap opera.
You're January the 1st. 33. What is he? A young buck? I might be young by age, but not by nature. Honestly, I think like an old man.
Mocha says if she were on the desktop, she would type faster. Yep.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, Master Sergeant McCarty spent 23 and a half years in the United States Air Force. She served a tour in Iraq.
You know something? You know something, right? For anybody who's been in that environment to then come back home, I watched there's a short on YouTube regarding that situation. There's a guy going across to Vietnam. He was 17 when he joined up, right? Couldn't do nothing when he got back here. Well, back to you guys across his own country, but as in the States. Couldn't go. He says, I need to be deployed to go back there because there I'm a man. Here I'm a child. I can't go to a pub to drink alcohol, but across there I can because I'm treated like a man.
Right.
Now, what he said is, are we sending children to war? And that hurt the fact that he's so true. Anybody that wants to be in that environment, I think, has got psychological problems.
Well, Milka certainly did not want to be there. As she said, an entire year in Iraq. And it was hard for her. But
you should never have been there. You should never have been there.
she
That
would
wasn't-
agree with that. She would agree with that.
you should
But
have
you
been
know,
there.
being in
I've said
the
it since day one that the whole 2001 scenario, right? And I knew this was heartbreaking for you guys to go through. But for at the time, I'm not even going to mention his name because I think he should be hung at the Hague. That was his war. That was his fight. But he decided to get in touch with our prime minister at the time, who I'm not going to mention because he also should be hung at the Hague for crimes against humanity, and decided that, oh yeah, since you're an ally to us, we'll help you by any means possible.
right.
2003 came along, and we're going to go to Iraq. For what reason? All because it was a revenge? Because Iraq and Afghanistan didn't have the US dollar above the country? It's the same thing with Libya. Colonel Gaddafi, same thing. He kept these
Right.
countries away from all of that.
Jimmy.
And he then was executed. The same thing that happened with what do you call it? What's that country? Syria.
Right. Jimmy said
Now,
he had
you go.
has a friend who did what's that? That a friend did 7 tours in Iraq for the U.S. Marine Corps. He told me it's not a place you ever want to be. Well, Milka could vouch for that. That's for sure.
I mean, to me, soon as David Cameron, Prime Minister, right, in 2016, he was given a second term as a Tory Prime Minister. And he said, yep, we're going to go to war. We're going to go to war. And I was like, now you've just made yourself out to be one of the biggest war criminals in recent times. If anybody has got airtime I would recommend for you guys to go and watch Ken O'Keefe. He's an ex US Marine. He did an interview in London, here, in this country,
Right.
talking to a guy in Washington. The guy in Washington couldn't speak. He had to bow his head because of what Ken said was the truth. Politicians, all they are is minions and puppets that work for bankers that want a third world war. And they will not be satisfied. The bankers won't be satisfied until there's a third world war because war makes money. That's the problem. Without
See,
politicians, the world would be a better place.
I agree. Mocha
I
says
mean,
tours can be.
we were all free at one point, Yogi.
Yeah.
We were all free. We used to go traveling places in the world for free. Now they send aeroplanes that cost a fortune on a flight for absolutely no other reason than to have a profitable thing to go to. Oh well, we're charging you £1,000 to get a flight across the pond to say to Pennsylvania.
Right.
Right, so that's £1,000. So that's like what, $1,200. It doesn't even comprehend that the fact that you've got your money to spend across there, you've got to know what their rules and laws are. Relaxing, I completely agree with you. I do. I mean, why we, the general public, being maimed, raped, bound? Why? We shouldn't be. We are free people. We were born free.
I agree. All right. By popular consensus, the chat is saying stop with the politics. Of course, it's not really political. I don't think. I don't think what we were talking about was political.
No,
However,
it was not to talk about things to do with politics and actual politics. There's a difference.
right.
I mean, for what, for whoever served wars and or battles in different countries, that's not political.
Let's see. Milka said, "I found your jewels, Eric." Wink, wink. She, she's not talking about. For one, she's not talking about Eric LaPointe, as she points out. She's talking about my live stream jewels, not my personal jewels. I think we should clear that up in the chat. What Milka is referring to. So, hey Milka, can you buy a jewel and I'll reimburse you, and then drop one in the chat so everyone can see what it looks like.
Buy a jewel. I've never seen us buy a jewel.
No, I don't think anyone has. So that's why I'm hoping Milka can buy one. And hey, Heavenly Star, are you feeling better? Because I got the bell in hand if you need to hear it. If you need to ring the bell to help you feel a little bit better, let me know.
Be gentle with them jewels. Well, crown jewels.
Milka says I had to pay for your jewels. Wasn't always that way. Well, you know, times have changed. You gotta keep up with the times. Heavenly Star says, ring the bell. Absolutely for you, my friend. This is for Heavenly Star. Peace to you, my friend, Heavenly. That was actually a gift from Milka. Speaking of Milka.
So who is Mocha then?
Milka is.
Well, I see the thumbs up for Eric. I've seen the thumbs up for Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Hey, Eric, can you see if you can drop a sticker, drop a star or drop a jewel. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm supposed to explain it to people, and I don't know how to explain it to people. I know you buy the
Wait.
jewels, and then I don't know what we do. Oh, so who is Mocha? Mocha is my it's the best way to explain it. We got married in 2000. We met in 2002. Uh, we got married in 2004. She went to Iraq in 2008, and I stayed. I took care of my stepchild, her kid, and we got divorced in 2012, and we have continuously been uh, working what we each present to each other through all these years, staying together, um, through deaths in the family, through all kinds of situations
I
that.
think, in all seriousness, your love for her has never gone away, Yogi.
Oh yeah,
I
she
can,
knows that.
I can tell. Even by your demeanor talking about her, it's like it's like your heart's like, yep, I'm still in love. I can see it. I can see
And
it.
I can speak for Mocha that yeah, you're absolutely right. My love for Mocha has never gone away. Her lust for me has never gone away. I don't know
You're right.
about her love, but her lust for me has never gone away. Mocha says he likes me. 2007, 2008 is when she
No,
went to Iraq.
he likes me. Yeah, I know what that means. Yeah,
He likes me.
I know what that means.
Yeah, Mocha says I'm the first cult member following the Eric. Um, I don't know, Mocha. If you recall, Mocha says my lust is insatiable. Mocha, if you recall, back in the 2002s, um, my writing, my books and stuff were actually they seem to be poised on being bigger than they ever got, and there was quite a few people who liked my writing um, and what I was presenting,
I mean,
and
your
some of
community
them.
post every morning. Every morning when I get up, I look at your community post because I see things. I love the photos that you take with them. I do, honestly.
Thank you.
You're you're. If I were you, got a suggestion for you. The photos that you take, you should do a video with them.
I don't know how to do it. Now, some of those photos, um, most of them are mine.
I can show you how to do that too. I can show you how to do that too.
Okay. Some of those photos were Mocha's as well. Mocha's an incredible photographer. Um, and she's actually in college right now, and she's doing American Sign Language as well as photography. So she's a very multi-talented person as well as being a stellar karaoke singer. And Mocha's one of the few people who's ever actually heard me sing karaoke and actually put up with it. Didn't leave the room, and actually had something nice to say afterwards. Surprisingly. Let's see. I'm sorry, Heavenly Star says, Yogi, ring the bell because I have beaten cancer.
You
Well
need to
done,
ring it
Heavenly
again.
Star.
That didn't sound good. That wasn't a ring. You just tapped it. That's a ring.
Now, if I had known, I would be critiqued in my bell ringing technique. I never would have taken it down.
You need a gong for that kind of thing. You not a bell. You need a gong.
Hold on. We got more things here.
I'm sorry. I prefer a gong.
I don't have a gong present, but Christmas is coming up. I don't know if anyone here, like Mocha, wants to say, Yogi needs a gong. This is a tuning fork, and it is tuned to 437, right? Squirrel Sniper.
Oh, wait a minute here. Whoa. The natural frequency to a human being should be 432 hertz.
Maybe it's 432 then. Maybe it's 432.
It's
This
got
is
to
tuned
be
for it's tuned for love.
It's
Thank you.
got to be 432.
Yep. Squirrel Sniper says 432. So,
Mm.
Heavenly Star, this one is for you too. Thank you, Stuart, for correcting me. Thank you, Squirrel Sniper. Still going.
Yeah, we can't hear it though.
Did you hear it the first time?
Nope.
Let's try one more time. Because it wasn't properly gonged, according to our friend Stuart, the Fish Whisperer. I need to work on my bell ringing and my gonging techniques.
Heard that. I feel a vibration through the phone.
Oh, nice. Jace heard nothing. I got one more thing for you guys.
432 hertz is what Jimi Hendrix played his guitar at.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Also did things in 432 hertz. That's what a natural human being should be listening to music. If you're going to listen to music, it's 432 hertz.
Let's see. Let me catch up. I got one more thing to show you. Team says, did I tell you I'm engaged to my new girlfriend? Engaged now to my girlfriend. You did not tell us. Congratulations, my friend. So this is going to be for you. Let's see. Lola says, I felt it, Yogi. Awesome.
No. Right, wait a minute here.
Hey, wait. Don't.
I've got it, Yogi. I've got it. It's unhidden. I'm on it.
Yep. So if there's one person to never.
Wait, do me a favor, then, Yogi. Do me a favor. Give her a managing mod wrench.
She doesn't want one, but I should anyway.
Give her one. Give her one regardless.
So when I was saying, Mocha's technically my ex-wife, she is still my significant other. She is still the person that I am.
Regardless of being an ex-wife. Even though if you've been divorced, you're still married to her.
Yes. So this is called a love tuner. And it is 432. Again, this is for Heavenly Star. And this is for Theme Park. Congratulations. And for, everyone who just needs a little lift up. You ready?
Go on.
So we got the bell.
Do you remember that film that Tim Allen done? It was I think it's called Santa Claus the Movie.
Uh-huh.
Remember the very end of that film? Scott's I think his name was Scott, right? Well, Tim Allen was dressed as Santa Claus. Well, Santa Claus's ex-wife married somebody else, right? And he wanted the penny whistle, and he finally got one. Right at the very end of that film. That was special.
I don't. I'm gonna have to watch that this Christmas season. I don't recall it. I remember the movie. I know I watched it. I will watch that. Let's see. Jace says, I hear that bad boy again, please. Absolutely, Jace. This actually comes with a chain, so you can wear it. You can anytime that you need. It's instant meditation. You just take a breath and you breathe. Sports Sniper says that's the shortest harmonica tune ever. Jace, that one's for your mother. Love for your mother, my friend, and for you.
And Xena,
And
the
Xena,
Pootie
of
Cat.
course. Of course.
Pootie Cat. Can't forget the Pootie
Let's
Cat.
see.
Because that's what Xena is. Xena is a big Pootie Cat.
Heavenly says, Mocha is fam. We don't mess with fam. This is true. We don't mess with fam.
I mean, I've listened to stuff in 432 hertz, going right back to the music conversation. I would rather listen to things in 432 hertz because it, that's the frequency for humans to coincide with nature. And as Squirrel Sniper said in chat, so that's what made Hendrix a target. And I can understand why.
Right. Sniper
I
says
mean, I
that
listen
moves.
to Pink Floyd in 432 hertz, especially Wish You Were Here. What a song.
Excellent song. Big fan of Pink Floyd. Sniper said that moves some earwax. Keep going. We're going to do it one more time to get some more earwax out of Sports Sniper's ears.
You sure it's earwax, Yogi?
What's that?
You sure it's earwax? More like sawdust.
It could be. Bola says 432 hertz. That was Nikola Tesla. I think he mentioned. True genius. He was in touch with something out of this world. That's for sure.
I just love Hendrix. I can't get enough of him. I mean, all his music meant something. I mean, the lyrics for Voodoo Child. I mean, standing next to a mountain, I'm going to chop it down with the edge of my hand. I was like, what? Who on earth would stand up next to a mountain and try and chop it down with the edge of your hand? That's, I mean, that speaks volumes for one thing.
Right.
And he also said the same song: "If I don't see you in this one, I'll see you in the next one, and don't be late. Don't be late." I mean, Hendrix must have seen something coming.
Yeah, it could be.
I just wish he was alive to this day. I would like to have seen what music he would have still produced to this day.
Yep, it would have been something. That's for sure. Jace says, I'm thinking when I get bad gas, I must be hitting 432 hertz. I feel comforted by the sound. Jace is musical, that's for sure. I just didn't realize he was that musical.
I mean, I could say something to that.
Right.
Is the 432 hertz that Jace is listening to is not just not the farts that Xena's making every time that she has a meal.
That could be.
Sorry, fart joke.
Eric Point said he had already got it and it was a mistake. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to shut things down in a minute. Stuart, I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Eric, it's always a pleasure, man. Like I said, I speak to you and I speak to a lot of people. I mean, like I said, I'd rather keep up with members of my own channel. I like to visit them more.
Right.
I mean, that's what I tend to do. So
Let's see. Eric Point says Wiener whistle. I have missed something in the conversation,
You
and
don't want to know what
I,
one of them is.
I was
You
going to say,
don't.
if the one thing that I catch is Eric the Point saying Wiener whistle, then I know I don't need to go back up. We can keep it right there. Wiener whistle.
Just right over the head. Just do what Yogi does in chat. Just get a pet to lick off the hair off your head.
We get away from Odom.
Oh no,
Somas,
not the damn hot dogs. No.
Selma wants to think it is in there, Selma. But we're going to be going to bed in just a minute. Oscar my Wiener whistle.
Hot
Heavenly says
dogs.
know how to hog tie people. But this conversation has taken a turn for the left.
That was a left turn, Clyde.
Hey, I appreciate that Clint Eastwood reference.
I tell you one thing. That man has got so much sayings. I mean, he's like too many assholes, not enough bullets. It's so true. It's so true. I mean, if there's one person I would like to live by, is Clint. That man is something else.
You know, he's practiced transcendental meditation for like 50 some years.
I mean, that man has. I mean, even if you see his films, everything's got a reference. Everything's got a reference.
Right.
I mean, I love Clint Eastwood dearly, and I'll tell you one thing: when he passes away, that's a huge hole that will be a void for most folks.
Not 100% sure that Clint Eastwood is going to pass away. I mean, he's going strong. Let's see, 94, 95?
He's pushing on, like.
Still directing movies. Still, he
I
just
mean,
made a
here's the
movie.
thing: you do something, right? You hear all the time through different people, musicians for one. Now, Willie Nelson, Keith Moon, you could probably put Clint Eastwood in this category too. They're still going to be alive when I die.
You're talking
Telling you.
their works, their energy, what they've done, or
No,
their body,
still
the
going to
person.
be. They're still going to be physically alive when I die. The world is going to be left to them.
Right, right. This is true. Hey,
I
look
mean,
at
I don't know if anybody's heard of the what do we call it? What's that band? Rolling Stones. I mean, Keith Moon. Come on. I mean, that man has tortured his body worse than you, Eric. Right? He really has. And I tell you, it has been said in folklore that Keith Moon, Willie Nelson are basically going to be the last two standing.
Huh.
They're going to
Well,
outlive me.
right. Definitely, Keith Richards he survived a lot already.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Jagger's in
Well,
good
Keith
shape.
Richards, that's Keith Richards definitely. I mean, he's put his body through
Oh
murder.
yeah, he's done the hard stuff.
He's still going to be alive by the time I die. He will still be alive by the time I die. Tell me.
It wouldn't surprise me. I saw a video of Mick Jagger working out. 80, I think he's 83.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing energy. Still dancing. He did a dance workout. Paul McCartney does yoga every day. Plus, he also meditates, transcendental meditation. He's doing pretty well.
I mean, it's amazing that you find people from like dead before your time, right? That's still alive to this day. And the one thing that got me with Clint Eastwood is when he decided to do a film called The Mule.
No, yeah, I didn't see it,
You
but I
ever
remember
seen
it
it?
came out a couple years ago.
You're going to have to watch that film. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you've never watched it, but that is one film that I thought that even Clint Eastwood would never do, and I think you should watch it.
I'll look for it on Netflix. See if they have it.
Yeah, it's some film.
Probably my all-time favorite, uh, Outlaw Josey Wills. My brother and I, when we were kids, every time it came on TV, we watched it.
If I was to go by one film from Clint Eastwood to watch, man, where do you start? I mean, okay, you got the original trilogy of like A Fistful of Food, Lost More, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's one
Yeah,
trilogy. You can just watch one of them. So you've got the trilogy. You've got the Gauntlet. You've got the Dirty Harry films. You've got Unforgiven. That was
Unforgiven was awesome.
basically,
Yeah,
that basically showed you the proper way of how the worst happened.
right.
I mean, John Wayne. John Wayne. I mean, I know he's a great actor, but he was putting the sunshine and daisies on what he perspective of West to be. Clint
Right.
Eastwood just basically gave you as as it as it happened.
John Wayne was always John Wayne in every movie. Um, Clint Eastwood, a little more nuanced. You know what I mean? Eric Lapointe says the Iger Sanction. That was a good movie. Uh, but like I said, he Play Misty for me was not a typical Clint
Mm-hmm,
Eastwood movie. Really good.
mm-hmm. I
Kelly's
mean,
Hero. Jace says
what
Left
do you
Turn
call it?
Clyde.
Those two bills for Sister Sarah.
Yep, there you go.
I mean, you got okay. I know it's based on a cowboy thing, but I mean, you got two bills for Sister Sarah. I mean, if you go through like the unconventional films, I mean, you got like Any Which Way You Can, well, Any Which Way You But Loose, Any Which Way You Can. I mean, it was a comedy film. I
Right.
mean, you see, this is how I gave Bob, who's Anything Is Possible, if he's still watching. I mean, this is how I nicknamed his son. I mean, I've adopted Kevin as my nephew, but I mean, I said to him, he's got ginger hair, he's full of sabotage. What did the orangutan do in that film?
Uh,
He just sabotaged everything.
right.
So I mean, it's like Left Turn Clyde, and that's how Kevin's now got his nickname Clyde.
Here's the thing about Clint Eastwood movies. He made some really bad ones. Bronco Billy.
Mm-hmm.
He don't remember the name. He did a movie with Burt Reynolds that was pretty bad. But it's always worth seeing because Clint Eastwood is in it. Do you know what I mean?
I love
Even
Burt Reynolds, but yeah,
yeah, even the worst movie with there's some actors, even the worst movie with them in it, like Bill Murray, the worst movie with Bill Murray in it, or Bill Murray is always the best thing in every bad movie. Clint Eastwood
mm-hmm.
is always the best thing in any bad movie. So even if it's a bad movie, because it has Clint Eastwood, if it's on
Did
TV,
you ever
it's worth watching.
did you ever watch $1 Million Baby?
I did. That was good.
That was like from being an actor to then go to director. That is some step to change from being in front of the camera to then stand behind it. And, I mean, if you watch Jim Carrey, I mean, he was given a role in there was a Clint Eastwood film he was in, and you saw Jim Carrey like pretending to be on drugs. And of course, I mean, Clint even said in the studio, says, "Well, let's see what you can do." And Jim Carrey, being Jim Carrey, I mean, even as a comedian, I mean, he played his part perfectly in that film. I'm sure it was one of the Dirty Harry films. And Clint's like that. He says, "That'll do." Didn't you say that? That'll do.
Hmm.
I mean, Jim Carrey, if you ever, even though that he's like a comedian actor, right? If you ever watch what he does when it does impersonations, he does an awesome Clint Eastwood impersonation.
He I'm a big fan of Jim Carrey the person. He Jay says has a strong mind. He worried many people. He worried many. Uh, he's a deeply uh, spiritual person. Another person who practices transcendental meditation. Let's see. Jay says, and that's why they hit him. And he also, Jim Carrey, got to the point where he was like, you know what? If I never make another movie again, I never make another movie again. He was fine with it. Jim Carrey
Mhm.
was and is completely at this point in his life independent. He does what Jim Carrey wants to do, which is a good
I
place to be
mean,
in.
I love how Jim takes a look on life.
Yep.
That I love that. I love the way that he's just taking things in his stride. I mean, the things that he's now coming away with when you look on social media, it all rings true to some people. I mean, I like to see people come up with sayings and what they say and stand for.
Right. Relaxing, saying good night. Good night, relaxing, my friend.
They're relaxing.
All right. Actually, that's time for me to say good night too, I think. So once again, Stuart, thank you, my friend. Much appreciated.
You're all right. I'm
Um,
sorry if I didn't let anybody else up. I do apologize.
well, it's okay. We got tomorrow. Tomorrow, if anyone wants to come in and chat for a bit, we'll do that too. Uh, let's see. Beverly Star says, hello, my name is Rose. I'm Star's nurse. Well, hello, Rose.
Hello, Rose.
Sniper says, Ricky Gervais on Golden Globes Awards, very eye opener. He holds no punches, and he gives no
Ricky Gervais.
Gervais. Yeah,
He's one guy that you. I mean, how do I put this in a context that even I cannot try and understand? He is not to. I'm sorry to say this. He's not to be fucked with. That's one that Eric. I can't explain. I can't even put it into any other context but that. That's
right.
one guy you. It's he is the one person you don't fuck with.
Stephen Colbert asked him why he was an atheist. Stephen Colbert is a very devout Catholic, um, and Ricky said there's like 9,000 gods across the world, different cultures, different religions, different philosophies. There's like 9,000, and he said you don't believe in 8,999 of those gods. I just believe in one more, or I just don't believe in one more than you do. And it made perfect sense to Stephen Colbert. Um, yeah,
Hey, ETC.
what's that?
ETC's in chat. It's the Stuart. It's the Yogi and Stuart show.
Hey, ATC, you got here just in
I
time to say
mean,
goodnight.
I'll be honest. Anybody that wants to really go and stab it, have daggers at Ricky Gervais. Don't. That's one. That's one tree you don't shake, or that's one tree you don't bark up.
Right.
You stay clear.
ATC says, Richard Gervais, tell me what that is my
Yes,
hero.
Gervais.
Gervais. I'll get it right
Mhm.
eventually. He said, deny, you only deny one more. That's it. You only deny one more God that I do. Yes. All right.
mean,
So
I'm
that-
going to leave you with saying. I'm going to leave you with saying, Yogi.
what's that?
Cornered fox is worse than a jackal.
Cornered fox is worse than a jackal. I'm gonna have to think about that.
It's true.
I'm gonna let it digest. I'll think about it as I sleep, which is where I'm going to next. So, Stuart, again, thank you, my friend. Salute to you. Guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for putting up with me tooting my horn, banging my gong, and ringing my bell. And Mocha talking about my jewels.
Berry. You did a Chuck Berry. You rang your ding-a-ling.
I I did. You know what? If you would have asked me this morning, is anyone going to be able to make a Chuck Berry reference in a live stream with me? I'd be like, nope, not going to happen. And here Stuart pulls off the impossible. Not only Chuck Berry, but my ding-a-ling. Possibly the worst song by a classic artist ever sung.
And I tell you one thing, Chuck Berry is an absolute legend.
Yep, he is.
So
Sure.
there you go. I just broke another thing for you then, Yogi. I managed to save you from the Huck 2. So the whole Huck 2 scenario. I've saved you from that. Now I've got Chuck Berry with a ding-a-ling.
This is true. This is true. All right. That's a good note. We're gonna end it. Thanks, guys. Thank
Bye,
you, Stuart.
people. I'll see you in the chat.